Hey, welcome back. I know you're thinking about ordering delivery, but is it ever really worth it? Today we're looking at two-sentence horror. These are horror stories that, you guessed it, are only 2 sentences long. It's like bada bing, bada boom. Something happens, something makes it worse. Some of them are effective, some of them are just really creative, and some of them are just really dumb, and those are my favorites. Let me give you some examples. No, really. I know you already get the concept, but let me give you some examples, just so you really understand it, okay? So sentence 1. I was really upset when so-and-so made me a meal that I couldn't eat because I'm allergic. Sentence 2. It was a plate of bees. At the beginning you're like, oh, it must be like gluten or like dairy or I don't know, chives or something. But it's bees. That's unusual. Why would you give someone a plate of bees? They're allergic to bees. There's a twist, you see? Another example would be GregBroDudeMan was born with brown hair. That's sentence 1. Sentence 2. One day he decided to bleach the top of it. Pretty scary. But real talk though, even though I'm making fun of that hairstyle, I kind of liked it, and sometimes I think about going back to it because it was kind of a vibe. Okay, ramblings aside, let's jump into it. These are going to be rapid fire. All right, we'll probably have to stop and digest some of these because some of these are going to probably knock me out with how terrifying they are. All right, here we go. I was born blind, but lucky enough to have a loving mother who took care of my every need. That's sentence 1. Are you keeping track? There's another one coming. We'll see how you feel after this one, all right? Imagine the betrayal I felt when a stitch slipped and a ray of light hit my eye for the first time. What a twist. It's actually kind of dark and morbid, but what we do here is make light of everything because trauma. But let me explain this to you. What's that? You got the story on the first go? You don't need me to explain it to you? I'll just explain it to you anyway, just in case you didn't get it, all right? He was born blind, but we then realized that they weren't. Their eyes were stitched closed. Probably by their mother. You can get a lot of story out of 2 sentences. I know people in my life that talk too much, and I'm always thinking, man, you could probably tell that whole thing you just said for 20 minutes. 2 sentences. I'd like to see you try it. Here we go. Sentence 1. That was the police telling me my brother Tyler was found dead in his apartment this morning. I told my boyfriend, my breath shaking with shock and grief. Sentence 2. Buckle up. My boyfriend threw his arms around me in loving embrace and angrily said, "What kind of sick psycho would shoot a decent guy like Tyler?" Do you need me to explain this one to you? She didn't tell him someone shot Tyler, so how would he know that? I think this guy shot Tyler. I'm starting to think this guy killed Tyler. This is a weird one. Sentence 1. After being satisfied that I learned as much information as I could on every topic under the sun, I unfroze time after many years. It's a lot of information for 1 sentence. Is it a great sentence? No, but that's not against the rules. Sentence 2. Guilt ripped into me the moment the first person I encountered sobbed that they were conscious the whole time. So he froze time for years so he could learn as much as he wanted, do some reading, but didn't realize that people weren't really frozen. Everyone's consciousness were still going, so everyone was just sort of frozen in their own minds for years, which is... I have more questions, but overall a bad experience for everyone. Genie. I wish there was enough food on this earth that no one ever had to go hungry. Granted, he replied with a laugh, but nothing changed. Because there is enough food. Here we go. Finally, I have the house to myself, the boy said when he threw himself on the couch. Pinocchio's dread grew as fast as his nose did when the words left his mouth. I feel like I gotta explain this to some people, alright? Pinocchio, his nose grows when he lies. So when his nose started growing about him being alone, he realized that he wasn't alone. There's someone else home, not alone. Scary. Not that scary, because what if it was just... Nah, that's a little scary. Okay, here's another one. Out of sheer boredom, I turned on the radio in my kidnapper's basement, only to hear that he had been arrested the day before. Interesting. I thought they were still searching for me, but then I heard my own voice saying how much I was glad to finally be found. What does that even mean? So, like, your doppelganger, like your clone. I like this one, but it almost feels like one too many twists. For 2 sentences, that is. Okay, here we go. My mom called me in sheer horror as she realized I forgot to bring my medicine on my overnight trip to connect with others who are also paralyzed. Sentence 2. I've never been without my medication before, so I thought I would be in pain. Why am I able to wiggle my toes? This is just like that other one about being born blind, but the stitches, your medication is what's making you paralyzed. Pretty wild. Listen to that sentence though. The amount of information that gets dumped. My mom called me in sheer horror as she realized I forgot to bring my medicine. Like, that's a sentence. That's only half of it though. On my overnight trip to connect with others who are also paralyzed. Why am I able to wiggle my toes? Wild. Today's number is 10. That's only part of the first sentence, but I feel like that should be the whole first sentence. What does that even mean? Today's number is 10. But I'm peeking. I'm peeking at what happens next, and I'm telling you, there's a lot coming up. Buckle up, okay? Today's number is 10. It was 300 a week ago. About 50,000 a month ago. Sentence 2. And just a year ago, the number was 7.9 billion. I can see it in your eyes. You need me to explain that to you. I don't like explaining. I do. Today's number is 10, meaning the world's population's down to 10 people. A week ago, it was 300, 50,000 a month before that, and a year ago, 7.9 billion, which is the population of the Earth, dropping like flies. Scary. Everyone outside's fallen asleep, so I rushed home to check the news. The TV turned on to a sitcom rerun, and they're asleep on there too. What? I don't know if I'm missing the part that makes that scary. They're asleep on the rerun? That doesn't make any sense. But wait, what if I might be overthinking this, okay? Or maybe this is just normal thinking and I'm just catching up. So like some demon is like sending you to an alternate dimension where everyone's asleep to like torture you or something, and they don't know the difference between, like, they don't know how TV works. Kind of creepy in that sense that you're in some sort of purgatory. I was thinking too literally. You are in a bad place, and the only song on all the radio stations is that song that Taylor Lautner sings in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Dream, 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 dream. Take your time, puppy, where there's darkness in the air.
That song is playing on every speaker, okay? That's pretty scary. I found a website that predicts the deaths of celebrities. Already kind of creepy? The funny thing is, after a certain point, all the names display the same date. 25th of August, 2025. Meaning everyone dies on that day. It's the end of the world. Dang, that's crazy. So the world ends in August 2025. I live in California. August is the hottest month of the year, and usually by the end of it I'm thinking, I wish this would end. So it's gonna be my fault, I know it. Here we go. This is a good one. I'm sorry, but I don't believe it is necessary to increase your dosage of antipsychotics, said the doctor as he handed me the prescription. That's sentence 1. What's this? Another one? Don't panic, but I can see it too, he had written on the bottom of the paper. Whew. That's a good one. Ooh, this one. Ooh, this one. Okay, I know I read ahead. Okay, I'm cheating. I gotta read them first to make sure they're actually worth reading. That doesn't make any sense. Worth reading to you. Only the best for you. You know that. Daddy, why is mommy always so mean to me? My son asks, his tear-stained face wrought with sadness and fear. Sentence 1. Deciding that it's finally time to tell him the truth, I say, she's just upset that you survived childbirth and she didn't. Oh my. We're talking some kind of ghost situation? Mom's just hanging around, freaking out the son? That's scary. I don't like that. Also, it's raining super hard outside, if you can hear that. Hopefully no one's bothered by the sound of rain. People from Nevada right now are like, what's that sound in the background? What's that sound? Just a little American state slander for you. It's part of this thing. All right, last time it was Alaska, today it's Nevada, all right? Ohio's getting roasted a lot right now, so I got to spread the love a little bit, you know? Okay. After I lost my eyesight, a lot of eyesight ones, a lot of blindness today. After I lost my eyesight during a workplace accident, I made it a point to memorize the house layout, including the 14-step stairway to the basement. Part 2. My heart sank when I started counting 15, 16, 17. I like that one because it's pretty open-ended. You can kind of like choose how scary you want that to be. Is he just in the wrong house? Something about how you would feel. Like, imagine that. You have no reason to fear anything at all. And then you count your usual 14, but then there's another step, and another step, and another step. No matter what the truth is, it would be terrifying. You thought you were safe at home doing your usual thing. Something's wrong, and you wouldn't really be able to figure out what's wrong very quickly. Now, the darkest way to go about this is that he is actually at home, and like you just are walking down like an infinite staircase into, I don't know, purgatory. You know, I feel like the purgatory could be the answer to all these. Just you stepped into the twilight zone. Okay, here we go. When I met with death, I frantically begged him not to take me today, and he agreed to come back for me another day. It's been over 800 years since that day. Dang, dude. I think he forgot about you. Did your parents ever forget to pick you up from school? It happens, man. Yesterday, I showed my 5-year-old Harry Potter for the first time. It gets worse. Today, I found the broom missing and the living room window of our 10th story apartment wide open. Kid jumped out the window. Kind of messed up. This is a good one. This is a good one. Everyone feels safe when they double check that the door is locked. They never seem to consider it might not have been them that locked it. Ooh, me, home alone right now with my doors locked, feeling safe. Not anymore. Good though. I like that. I like when they're related to real life. Like they're not some like mind bendy like I went to the grocery store to get bread, but when I looked at the bread, it looked a lot like Abraham Lincoln. It's like, what does it even mean? It'd be scary, but like I like when it's like, ooh, that's relatable and creepy and open-ended. Those are the ones that get me. The rest of them are just kind of silly to me, which you can probably tell because I kind of make fun of them a little bit, but this one's good. This one gets an A+ from me. Mwah. Here we go. Don't open the door unless you hear one slow knock and then 2 quick knocks. My father warned as he left the house to gather supplies. Now at 12 midnight, I can hear the same pattern of knocks resounding menacingly from every door and window of my home. Creepy. So all the doors and windows are being knocked on simultaneously. Potentially in that same pattern, sounds like. So some sort of entity knows that that's the pattern they knock on, but is being a little bit too aggressive, you know? Just knock on one door that way and he'll open it. Knock on every door and window at the same time. Probably not dad. Probably a monster. Something to keep in mind, fellas. On my 21st birthday, I opened a fortune cookie that just read, "You are dreaming." Ever since, I have seen that phrase everywhere I go. On road signs, billboards, food packaging, post, graffiti, ... Kind of spooky. Maybe you're dreaming. Okay, this one's straight heat, bro. Check this out. After decades of torture and agony, I was finally lifted up in the sky, thinking I had served my time in hell. That's sentence 1. You know the drill. "Doctor, we lost him for a second," I heard the nurse say when I opened my eyes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Decades of torture and agony. You only passed out for a second, bro. Sheesh. That's spooky. That's scary. I don't like that. Here we go. Hey Alexa, what is the distance between the Earth and the Sun? The Sun is 94 million, recalculating. The Sun is 93 million, recalculating. The Sun is 84 million, recalculating. The Sun's coming towards you really fast. That's crazy. But in reality, Alexa would just be like, "I'm sorry, I don't know that." Alexa, when does the Bing Bang Bazooka boom?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Freaking stupid. Okay, last one, and then I'm out of here, alright? I couldn't believe that he would turn on me, but the second he pointed his gun at me, I shot him down. Sentence 2. He wasn't aiming at you, said a voice behind me. Ooh, dang, dude. There's something behind you. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed this. Editing this is going to be a mess because I feel like I was so unfocused today. So hopefully this video turned out. Yeah, let me know if you have any 2-sentence horror stories down below in the comments. Those actually would fit really well in the comment section. I'd love to read some really good ones. I was just looking at the top posts of the year on the 2-sentence horror subreddit. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you. Have a scrumptious day. Or have a nice day. If scrumptious is too much pressure. Okay. Bye-bye.